The livestock industry internationally is under siege to a certain extent, and be that around impacts on climate, impacts on the environment, questions around nutrition. And so in terms of answering those questions and moving forward, we have to work together. Sustainability is going to be one of the dominating factors of our industry over the next 10 to 15 years. So as an industry, it's really important that we're on the front foot on it, that we're driving forward, but at the same time that our farmers have viable and successful businesses that allows them to sustain their lives and their communities.
The NZRSB is a group of members across the whole beef supply chain in New Zealand, and our aim is to basically demonstrate to the world that New Zealand beef is the most sustainable.
We've been a founding member of the New Zealand Roundtable for Sustainable Beef since 2017. It was first mooted, and I think it formed 2018. And we even participated in a trial in that 2018 period where we traced meat right from the birth of the animal through to the processing of a hamburger patty.
So McDonald's was a founding member of the Global Roundtable for Sustainable Beef, and we were a founding member of the New Zealand Roundtable as well. And why that's important is we serve about 2% of the beef in the world is consumed through McDonald's. We know that in order to continue to deliver customers a product they want and can feel confident about where it comes from, how it's sourced and its impact on the environment, it's work done through organisations like the Roundtable for Sustainable Beef that means that we continue to be able to deliver that to our customers.
The Roundtable brings all people from the value chain together to make sure that at the same time as our farmers have a good life, our animals have a good life, we look after the environment, we're also meeting our consumers' needs.
We
import New Zealand beef for our numerous retail and wholesale customers in Japan. Over recent years, there has been significant global attention to reducing greenhouse gas emissions and implementing actions to promote sustainability within the supply chain. Our business is no exception. We also recognise the importance of more transparent sustainability actions in order to execute our corporate social responsibility. Thus, we are committed to disclosing information related to this. Therefore, we are committed to learning about and participating in efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in countries from which we source our raw materials. We would like to learn about the current situation and latest developments in New Zealand and would like to explore what we can contribute as a Japanese meat company. We would appreciate this opportunity to advance these initiatives together. Thank you for your cooperation.
We've got to be able to paint a story for our markets of what we're doing. We've got to be able to paint the picture of how we're impacting our environment and the changes we're making for good. But at the same time, we need data to support that story. We need data to demonstrate that these practices, the stocking rates, the changes we're making are impacting things like emissions and water quality.
New Zealand exports 85% of its beef, and so we operate in a global market, and so working together with other farmers and other organisations around the world to drive beef sustainability forward is an obvious thing for us to do.
You know, as a farmer, it can be quite lonely sometimes out on the farm, and especially if you're doing things a little bit differently. So that's why it is good to connect with others that are positive and progressive and rub shoulders with those people and just realise what is possible.
Being part of the round table ensures that we're sitting down with like-minded organisations. We're not working in isolation. So to be able to advance the New Zealand red meat sector in terms of our beef production, we really need to be working collaboratively.
The goals of the New Zealand Roundtable for Sustainable Beef align nicely with the Ag Research goals in terms of being nature positive. We are looking to ensure that our beef sector is sustainable and also make sure that the farmers are recognised as environmental stewards.
The reason I got involved with the NZRSB was because, in my opinion, New Zealand and farmers such as ourselves, grow grass every day of the year. And as farmers in New Zealand, I firmly believe we're the best at it. And I was just wanting to be part of getting that message across there. I just think that countries that are buying New Zealand beef need to know where it's come from and how it's made and just how good it is.
We were all there discussing the future of New Zealand and the sustainable future of farming, and we felt that we couldn't find that anywhere else. And as we've been members for the last, well, nearly 4 years now, and it's been really good. It's been useful to us and we're learning a lot along the way.
Looking after the land, looking after the animals, looking after nature, it's the right thing to do. We're doing it because we're passionate about it, whether it be the birds nesting in the paddocks, whether it's some riparian planting or fencing off waterways.
Behind the farm gate, we're investing heavily in the New Zealand Farm Assurance Plus program. That's an industry-wide program which puts in place standards relating to people and biosecurity on farm.
And worked out most of the things they're assessing us on, things that we're already doing. So it wasn't an onerous program, but we came silver and gold very quickly.
Yeah, I think if we're going to have a future that we're proud to leave our children, then how and where we produce food is absolutely key. So I wanted to be around, some of the leading farmers and practitioners, that connection into the industry, the producers, and also some of the scientific research that's going on. So it's a really good connection, and it's just incredible how well the whole industry comes together, and we're all on the same track, trying to get the best outcomes for a long-term sustainable beef production in New Zealand.
As a member of the NZRSB, you have the opportunity to be involved in the sustainability story as well. So there's webinars, there's the opportunity to interact with global representatives, and there's also an opportunity if you're a beef producer in New Zealand and involved in an assurance program around nature and climate and animal welfare, there's an opportunity to have a free associate membership in the NZRSB. So if you're involved in the New Zealand beef industry and have a passion for sustainability, we'd like you to get involved in the NZRSB. As a member, you'll be joining a group of like-minded individuals that have a passion for improving our sustainability story across the New Zealand beef industry.